my next career. To be fair, I am not sure what that looks like or is at this moment in time. I do know that it will more than likely not be as a classroom teacher. My objective for this speech is to answer typical interview questions. Therefore, I have set up a spinner with your names on them, and I will field probably 3 to 4 questions. I'm going to give you a tiny bit of background as to why I am at this juncture in my life, and then I'm going to sit over here as if I'm in an interview, because it would be really weird to stand and be interviewed, I think. After my daughter graduated from the U of M about 5 years ago, she took a job in Telluride, Colorado, which is on the western slope of Colorado, about 18 hours from here. And if you've ever been to that part of the country, it's breathtaking. She was never going to move back to the Midwest, and she is my only child. So when my husband and I found a reasonably priced property in the area, we jumped at the chance. And my husband actually has moved out there permanently within the last year and a half. And at the end of this school year, it will be my 25th year with the Sioux Falls School District. And I plan to retire, but not retire from work. All right, let the games begin. Not an unusual situation in my world. I teach English to 6th graders, and we have weekly, we call them Java-like groups or meetings, and I have a different philosophy than a couple of the people on my team. A lot of what I have seen come out of our Java-likes is preparing for test taking. And my objective is always building lifelong readers and writers. And so at times that gets in the way of progressing with meaningful collaboration. I've had to dial back my global look at it sometimes, but I'm always the one who is trying to say, but are we building lifelong readers and writers versus can you answer a multiple choice question? And that is one of my struggles as a human being, is when I believe passionately in something, I have to learn to dial it back. And I have, and we luckily are people who have worked together for quite some time, so it has, they are used to me, but we have also learned to be very open and honest, and I'm working to always, let's bring it back to what is today's need, what do we need today, and still thinking about the future. Thank you. Oh. Brianna is not here. Chris F. teacher wears many, many hats. You are not only dealing with students and taking complex objectives or standards and breaking them down into 11, 12-year-old speak, but you're also dealing with parents, colleagues, administrators to work together for school-wide or district-wide objectives. So I would say that my job in the last 25 years has developed those skills. I am a relationship builder. Again, I have to be. When you start a school year and you have nearly 120 students to learn names of, you try to build those relationships quickly, along with their parents and your admin and your colleagues. And finally, I would say my job in the last, for sure, 15 years has built me up as a leader. I am often asked to sit on committees. Currently, I'm on the curriculum committee and our school job alike committee. In my teachers association, I sit on the state executive board of directors, and those things have helped me build myself up as a professional. Anna.
What would you say is one of your greatest strengths and also one of your weaknesses, and how do they play into how you function in a work setting?
Thank you. Again, I'll go back to communication is probably my greatest strength. Verbally, I use my voice all day long to work with kids, and that's, communication is something that, depending who my audience is, changes in the blink of an eye. I've become a speaker of sorts. In my association, I have been asked to present at leadership conferences, and I am also a writer. I'm an English teacher, so it kind of goes hand in hand, but I'm a published poet, and I've published some nonfiction pieces. I've edited a poetry anthology, so I would say communication is my greatest strength. My greatest weakness is I'm a terrible delegator. And I don't know if that comes from being somewhat of a perfectionist about what I put out into the world. And it's burned me being that way and caused late nights working, and I'm working to dial that back. I, in the past, have been asked to do costumes for our middle school musical, and there have been times where I have had my whole dining room filled with paper mache instead of delegating that out to students who need to be involved more. Last year we did Madagascar, and I learned to delegate that a little bit more than rather be covered in paper mache for 3 months. Thank you. Rachel.
Good morning. What type of work environment do you thrive in?
The type of work environment I thrive in is one of, I would say, authenticity, because I feel like I'm incredibly authentic. You can unfortunately read my face at any given moment to know what my temperature is. And I appreciate people like that as well. I like to be able to share what I'm thinking at any, in moments of challenge without repercussions. I enjoy humor, and that is all part of being an authentic person. So again, I like a work environment in which people feel comfortable enough to be I heard a teacher call that one class the party class. They are more interested in being there to have a good time. They'd be fun at a wedding dance, but it's really hard to teach that class. And I have that class this year. It is 6th period. It has been a struggle, but we're at a turning point. And here is my philosophy, because that class shows up every year. My philosophy about that is you have to build relationships with the leaders in that class first. And those leaders in the party class are the ones who are the most fun